Hi, I'm Carl Felder, and this is Beyond the Veil. And what we're going to do in this episode is we're going to dive right into the haunting of the Lafayette Hotel. The Lafayette Hotel is located in Marietta, Ohio, right along the Ohio River. It's a beautiful old structure. But if these old walls could talk, what ghostly tales would they tell? After talking to the reservations manager named Melissa, I asked her to give us a little brief history on the hotel. This is what she had to say.
My name is Melissa McCune, and I am the reservations manager here at the hotel. The Lafayette, there was an original hotel that was here called the Bellevue Hotel, and it was built in 1892. And it was destroyed by fire in 1916. As far as we know, everyone got out safely. So the Lafayette opened on July 1st of 1918 and just kind of built up from the Bellevue's ashes. So I think what will be 107 July 1st. So been here a long time.
After finding out how old the hotel was, I asked Melissa if she had had any experiences of her own that she would like to talk about.
I have many experiences. The whole hotel is an interesting place. The third floor has kind of gained that notoriety. A lot of things have happened there, but I've had many things happen in other parts of the hotel besides the third floor. There is a mirror in the hallway outside of the office door that used to be on the third floor, and it was moved to where it is now because of so many complaints about people seeing apparitions behind them in the mirror. So it is outside of our office door now, here on the first floor. Just a lot of activity in the basement area. There is, we know, a woman and a boy in the basement who has kind of given us the name Thomas that we talk to a lot. We'll sit down and do investigations, have a lot of interactions with like REM pods, a lot of EVPs, some pictures, just an interesting place to be down there all the way around. So you just get that feel.
Cool. So I asked Melissa how many people come to her personally with a paranormal experience. Come to find out, this hotel does something really cool. A lot more people should do that. Here's what she's got.
We have a ghost book at the desk. We actually have a printed, smaller book that we sell, but we have a big binder full of guest accounts, staff accounts that people will write down, and then we kind of type it up ourselves, but it is full, so there are a lot.
So if you get a room at the Lafayette Hotel, you want to find some ghosts, here's some advice from Melissa on what you should do.
I have a lot of people that I tell just flashlight sessions, use your phone for like EVP sessions. People catch stuff all the time that'll come to the desk and say, hey, listen to this, I've caught this. I've had interactions all over the hotel just by using the flashlight with the bulb on the bottom, that they'll interact for, I've went on for an hour and they're still going. So just be respectful, and we have many people that call and request the third floor, because that's where they feel like they want to be. And especially during super busy times like Sturmo Festival, when there has been thousands of people through this hotel, we're quick to investigate the next night. So there's just so much built up energy from all of those people that we take advantage of that. So definitely good times to be here.
After hearing that much and finding out about the ghosts that are haunting the place, do they know who they are? Do they have a name to put with the spirit? who's living free, room and board in the afterlife. Let's find out what they think.
I feel like we've pretty much narrowed it down to the lady and Thomas in the basement. Not sure why they're here. We do have reportings of Durwood Hogue that used to be an owner of the hotel, and we have actually seen him before. We've had people come and tell us we saw this man, just very weird, very quiet. He was there, then he was gone. His picture is actually hanging in the hallway out here. People will say that's him, that, you know, they recognize him from that picture. I feel like he was one of the owners that had the greatest love for the hotel. He was very proud of it, and I feel like he's not left. There is also a little girl who died here on the back stairwell many, many, many years ago. Her mother was a housekeeper here, and she was with her father, and she was playing on the steps and fell, and she passed. We've had interactions with what we believe is her on the back stairwell. And I kind of feel like there's been some mediums and stuff here that say they feel like her father is with her as well. So he did not pass that day, of course, but whether he just came back here to be with her or however that works.
Sometimes you got to start at the bottom and work your way up. Now we're going to the basement.
So investigate with Thomas a lot in the hallway here. We have a Boo Bear, so it will tell you if it's being touched, it'll light up, it'll make reference to temperature changes, and he interacts with that a lot. So we leave toys down here for him a lot, and they'll be moved and played with when I know that nobody else has been down here. So a lot of interaction from him in this hallway. This is the Ohio Valley Room. This is where we are use home base for investigations, and there's a lot of activity in here. And I would say that this is where we have the most activity with Thomas and the lady. There's a man that I saw for the first time one Sunday, and I was upstairs at the desk, and we used to have like a wooden card rack that sat at the top of these steps, and I just could feel somebody staring at me, and I look up, and this man is crouched down like he's gonna leapfrog at the desk, and he's got like this maniacal grin, and that's the first time that I saw him. So then every time that he's been seen after, he's in like a brown suit with like a derby style hat. He has like really straight black hair that's like kind of cut off through here. I feel like he wants you to think that he's something bad when he's actually not. I do have a picture of, there was a table along this back wall here, and we were investigating, and I'm doing, I have an EMF detector, and I'm asking questions and I'm running EVP, and I asked him if he's the man that I saw by the card rack, and you can hear him on the EVP say yes. And then when my team is snapping pictures, if you look at me sitting in the chair, you can see a very tall apparition like beside me.
Yeah, he scared me. Did you see me jump?
That's Tommy.
I'm the one that creeped around the basement constantly.
She was talking about seeing a man and stuff, and then he just walks quietly. I'm like,
You look at it, switch the light off.
Do not.
Well, it sounds like a lot of things happened in that room. Plus, we heard about a new spirit she saw for the first time just a couple days prior. Seems pretty interesting. But after I got the crap scared out of me by the guy in the hallway, we decided to go ahead and venture through the basement.
Yeah,
sir.
So this room is called the pipe room, and this is actually one of the oldest original parts of the hotel, and it's actually basement from the Bellevue.
Oh, wow.
So we still run off of the old steam pipe boiler system from the early 1900s, and that's what you get in here. If I can find the light.
Now I'm going to slow a couple parts down for you. Notice the little blue dot of light that we catch on camera. I'll put an arrow so you can see where they're at. In a few minutes you'll see why this is an important catch.
And that's what you get in here. And there's storage stuff down here because
Should I hold this open or it won't lock
Yeah.
us in, will it?
No, we're gonna go around the other way anyways.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So that's still in action in the wintertime, the cold months. You'll hear the pipes clanging upstairs, and then people will always say, what is that noise? And it's the steam pipe boiler system. So a lot of activity in here as well. And in here, we have a tendency to see blue lights on that back wall. Blue lights on that back wall.
Oh, wow.
So we've seen that many times, and different groups have also noted that they have seen the blue lights as well.
So blue lights on the back wall. This is the old basement from the first hotel that burned down. What is the significance of these blue lights? I don't know. But it was cool that we got it on camera and were able to validate the claims.
We're going out, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so.
Oh, sorry. So this door here actually goes to the stairwell that I was telling you about, the little girl. And we'll go up there because it's easier to kind of see up there from the main level.
Okay.
But that's the start of the stairway.
Okay.
And so it just kind of winds around. This room, there's a lot of stuff being stored in here as well because we're doing a lot of maintenance. This is catch-all storage room or whatever, and we've actually had one person say that they feel like there's a portal in this room. So whether, I mean, I've never said, oh yeah, you know, I think, but we've had someone tell us that in the past, so I don't know how, you know, legit that is.
Right.
But it's always been in the back of our minds, so.
I mean, you never know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Could be. Wow.
So this is just a bathroom that we've had actually a little bit of interaction via EVP in here. Not much. We haven't spent a lot of time in there, but we have caught a few things in there. The women's restroom.
Now, what is this right here?
You know what? I am not 100% sure exactly what that is. Something from way back when.
It looks like an old
Safe
wall.
door.
Yeah. And there's a lot of our room, the cabin rooms, which are the full-size bedrooms, they're decorated to replicate the old Sternlow state ship rooms. So
Okay, that's
kind of
probably.
ties in with that whole thing.
Yep.
But
That makes sense now.
so during an investigation, And we can't go in here because they have it all tore up. But there's double sinks and 2 mirrors, and I was on this mirror on the like left-hand side and looked up, and there was just like a black blue like apparition of something that just dissipated really quickly.
Right.
That's really the only thing that I've ever had happen in there, other than we have had many staff who used to use these restrooms get stuck in the stalls.
Oh no.
So you'll hear them banging on the doors that they can't get out, and I've walked down here before and literally just turned the knob and opened the door.
Wow.
So that has happened.
Yeah,
We
getting
have-
locked and installed
Yeah.
in a haunted bathroom.
Yep.
I mean, that's
We've had accounts of that before happening from a couple of different employees from here. So they're like, listen, the door would not open. And I'm like, I turned the handle and opened it. Like, so, yeah.
They just thought they were stuck and they were starting to freak out.
Yep. So, definitely an interesting place down here. Those for like workspaces and storage and stuff as well.
Right.
We do have a woman that was down here one time that took a picture that way, and there was a dog in the picture. And then I believe Julie, that's at the desk, maybe, saw the dog. I've never seen the dog, but the woman sent in the picture or whatever, and I'm not sure, in white. And if you hear a story about a lady in white at the hotel, this is generally where she's seen.
She stays in the lounge.
Yeah, yeah. I had an auditor one time tell me that they were sitting at the desk 2 o'clock in the morning, and they weren't even thinking about what they were seeing or experiencing. There was a little girl that peeked up over the counter, and she knew they were there because she looked like this into the window. And so they thought, oh, she's in the lounge with her parents, you know, not even thinking about what time it was, and got up to say, do you want a pen and paper? And the little girl was nowhere to be seen. So they come out and they go down the hallway and they look and they come over here and realize the bar's closed and there was no little girl anywhere.
Yeah,
So
that's creepy.
just don't know if it was the little girl from the back stairwell or something different.
I mean, it could be. I mean, she probably goes all over the place here.
Yep.
Oh, wow. This is really cool.
If you go down these steps, you'll be at the basement door that we were talking about when we were in the basement.
Oh, okay.
We were investigating back here one day, or one night rather, and I'm standing about where he's standing, and I have all kinds of equipment set up in here, and we are getting interaction with REM pods. I start singing because I said, do you want me to sing you a song? And so not even thinking about the song that I was singing, and I felt so bad, I start singing Ring Around the Rosie. And when I get to this part of the song that says, ashes, ashes, we all fall down, my whole team experienced a whole rush. Just go through this whole stairway.
Oh my gosh.
And we were like, equipment was just like going crazy. And we were just like, what just happened? And I was like, I can't believe I sang that.
Right.
Like, I felt
I mean,
so bad
really.
because I didn't even think about what I was singing.
Well, I mean, it got a response, you know?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, it did for sure.
Ashes, ashes, we all fall down. I don't think the little girl liked that much. But in paranormal investigating, sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do to get a response. Picture, I was standing like you're standing, and I just took a picture like this, and there was like a face right up there in that corner.
Yeah.
Sounds like a steam engine.
Wait till you're going down to the basement and you hear water. That's fun.
Oh, wow.
All right, 3rd floor.
312. 314 and 315 have a lot of activity. We think the reason behind that activity is because if you go on down this hallway here, you'll go to the penthouse area. And when the Hogues owned the hotel, that was where they lived. And so it was said that Mr. Hogue was a drinker. And so when his wife would get aggravated with him, they would send him, or she would send him here. So he would stay in one of these rooms. So especially 314, people that know will ask for 314 because they want to stay to try to catch whatever. We've had some accounts from there, not as many as you would think with it having that notoriety. 312, some strange experiences in there as well. Not as much in 315, but between these two rooms, probably a lot more than any place else. Okay. And we feel like that's because of Durward, I'm sorry.
It's Durward?
Durward Hogue.
Durward Hogue.
Yep. Yep, so just, you might have to come and stay and see if you can
Definitely.
experience anything in here.
Now we're on the 5th floor, going to room 511, which is Melissa's favorite room. You'll see why after you hear these stories. They're really interesting.
Now, she said that this is the 5th floor is her favorite floor. Room 511.
511.
Right.
It's a nice room.
3 things that stand out to me in this room, and I've had an personal experience twice in here. So I had a lady call and say that she just felt weird in this room, that she wanted to switch rooms. I told her that was fine, changed her room, and me being me, I immediately come upstairs because I'm like, if there's activity, I want to be there. So there was a chair and a table that sat here originally, and I sat down in a chair, and I'm just using my phone to run a little EVP, and I wasn't here maybe 3 minutes, and something hit me on the top of the head.
Oh, wow.
And so I said, you can come close to me, but please do not touch me. Can you tell me your name? Nothing. But when I listen to the playback, I can hear that cabinet pop and screech. So,
This one right here.
yep.
Wow.
Yep. And didn't see anything move, nothing. That I just definitely caught that on audio. And I could tell when I tried it to see what it was and opened the door, it was definitely the sound. So that happened to me in here. We did an investigation in here after that. Got some decent interactions with some equipment, but also we were all over this room. Nothing on the floor, and then all of a sudden one of my girls steps back, and right here by the bed is I think it was like a butterfly hair clip
Oh,
that was laying on the floor, and it was not there.
like little girls.
Yep, was not there because we were all over this place looking, just sitting everywhere, sitting on the floor, nothing, and there was the hair clip just there. So that was odd to me.
Yeah, definitely.
But my favorite story is a woman and her daughter were here for the weekend, and they checked into this room, and they called down to the desk, and she said, listen, I know where my phone was. I know where the phone charger was because she had it plugged into that outlet right there behind you, and her phone laying up on the desk. When they came back from a walk, because she left it to charge, when they came back from a walk, her charger was gone. The phone was there, but the charger was gone. They look all around, and finally she goes in this bathroom, and on the little glass shelf above the sink, her phone cord was wrapped up laying there. So she said, would anybody have been in my room? I said, absolutely not. It is 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Housekeeping has been gone since 1:30. There's no way that anyone would have been in the room.
Yeah.
So she says, so if you think I'm okay, then we'll just stay there. And I said, I think you'll be okay. If you decide later that you want to move, let me know.
Right. I mean, it wrapped your cord up neatly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then, gets better.
Oh.
So then, her and her daughter are talking. We're going to go for a walk. Let's go walk around. Let's go to Jeremiah's coffee shop up the street. We will get coffee and then walk around. We'll come back and decide what we're going to do for dinner. They come back to the room, and the Bible is out of the drawer, open on the table to the Jeremiah scripture in the Bible.
Oh, wow.
Yes, most definitely. She called down and she said, I don't care what's nice and what's not. I want to move. And I don't even know if I want to stay here now, but I kind of just talked to her and, told her I've not experienced anything bad here, just mischievous, and they decided to stay, and they did not have any other experiences in the room that they were moved to, but definitely were shaken
Yeah,
by
that's
that happening.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yep. So
the Bible's in here.
yeah, it was. I assume that it's still in there.
I mean, that's definitely.
It's one of my favorite stories. It's in the book downstairs, so she actually wrote it in there. And then we'll go through those papers and kind of type them up again, nice and neat, to keep in the book for people to read, and they can check it out and look through everything.
Yeah, that's a great idea, really, because
Yeah.
I think every place should have something like that,
Yeah.
Any place that has a really high,
Yeah.
occurrence of paranormal activity, definitely. People should be able to tell their stories, and
Yeah.
that would be great.
Yeah. And there's just countless. I mean, we could go on for days. There's so many stories. So much.
So while we explored the Lafayette Hotel further, I couldn't help but feel the weight of the paranormal energy. This is definitely a place where the veil between the living and the dead is very thin. So stay at the hotel, find you a ghost. Maybe you can put your story in their ghost book. So until next time, this is Carl Felder with Beyond the Veil.